All right, we're doing it October 7th. Nice full week. It is October 7th, right?
Yeah, I'm just on the wrong side.
You looked at me funny on the live stream. Kyle doesn't know what to do with himself. He showed up. That's a great way to start a Monday. If you haven't listened for a while, it is not out of reason that I would get the date wrong, but I was pretty particular about putting it in the show notes today.
The timing
on
of
the
that.
live stream, Kyle slept in on the other side, and I didn't realize it, but I was just looking at his face, and I'm like, what did I do?
That was so good, though, because the timing was sublime, because that normally would be my face when you're like, it's Thursday, October 3rd.
No, it's actually Tuesday. Oh, well, look, it sounds like we're ready for a week. Let's get it out. Let's get it out in the beginning. We hope everybody had a great weekend. Selling was beautiful in a lot of areas. Just sun was out, shining, people selling, people doing things. So that was kind of nice. We were loving life in upstate New York.
Man, we had a thing in Nashville. It was so good.
Yeah, I know. And there's a lot. I think everything's kind of a light in October, even with the sports scene, right? NFL playoffs and the MLB. The Savannah Bananas announced their world tour.
I know. Oh, they're coming to Nashville again. I'm like, please let me in on that.
2 million people this year, a lot more parks, including a few NFL stadiums. So
yeah, some big stuff. They're not messing around.
We'll get into some news and things, but we had an amazing webinar on Friday.
So good.
Yeah. Zach Billings of Wikimotive. It was the first time we've done content together. We've known them for a long time. But it was just an awesome conversation about how to get your marketing strategy and your in-store process together. We touched on a lot of areas. You can still get the recording. How do you do that? Homepage still?
Yep, homepage. ASOTU.com, scroll down, recording, or head over to LinkedIn. You can scroll down. It's like the third post on our LinkedIn.
It was good. It was good. It was good. A few other things coming up. More Than Cars, episode 4 is releasing on November 13th. So this is where we went to Mohawk Chevrolet in just north of Albany, New York. Thanks to our friends at UVI for making this one possible. And I'll tell you what, talk about a team environment. As we were watching and going through the edits, this is truly a team that operates like a team. There's a lot of sports throwback because we got a lot of athletes in there. We try some trick shots, talk about their hit series, The Office. We get Grace Kerber on, and I think the outtakes might be one of the most entertaining parts. Just when people think it's a great show and then the outtakes hit you. I'm not gonna give it away any secrets. But I think what do we have right now? There's no sign up. I guess you could go to LinkedIn, our LinkedIn page.
It's mainly on our LinkedIn page. There's an event right there, and just sign up. Say you're coming.
Yeah. So there's one way to figure out and stay on top of everything we're doing is
if you didn't know,
get on the email, ASOTU.com. Get the email, and then you'll see all this. The links to all the things will be in there. But if not, and you like LinkedIn, follow the page on LinkedIn, click events, go there, be there.
Just get the email, fam.
Just get the email because we're doing a lot these days.
Yeah.
What else? Anything else we need to talk about before we talk about news?
I think that's all the stuff.
There's some news. Okay. Setting up to be another sporty week as natural disasters like Hurricane Helene became much more frequent, it seems. And with Hurricane Milton now facing down Florida's Gulf Coast, insurance companies are reassessing their risk models. Auto dealerships in particular facing some unique challenges in protecting high-value inventory, managing insurance costs in the aftermath of these storms. Andrew Hoffman, professor of the University of Michigan, says these decisions will likely reflect trends, not just isolated instances like Helene. Basically, Helene, he noted dealerships may need to implement additional stormproofing measures if they want insurance coverage at all. And their total economic losses from Helene right now projected to be $225 billion. What? Including that's $250 billion, including business disruption and infrastructure damage. Meanwhile, some dealerships are banding together to help those affected. Our friends in North Carolina, the Jim Ellis Group in Georgia, launched a relief campaign collecting essential supplies like, the toiletries, canned goods, food, formula, baby formula for Helene impacted residents just next door, right there in Carolinas. The group partnered with a vendor, filled a 36-foot trailer with supplies, and they plan to make additional runs as recovery efforts continue. So, man, it is wow.
I'm just I'm always and continually proud of the effort the dealers put in to help each other, to help communities. It just doesn't get said enough. We'll say it till we're blue in the face, till everyone gets it. It always happens, and it continually will. Obviously, Milton headed for the West Coast again of Florida. Just praying that thing just dies down somehow crazy.
I know. As of right now, it's set to make landfall Wednesday night
or
at a 3, category 3 right now.
Golly.
Yeah.
Wow. So just no crazy stuff there. Obviously, I'm sure all of Florida is paying attention, but if you're not, give your peeps a heads up down there in Fort Lauderdale, Tampa area. We know a lot of people down there. We actually have some staff down there. So
yeah, we do.
With Christy.
And don't want to forget too, still in the North Carolina area, if you have a need or know of a need and need some more attention to it, please. We don't want to forget that there's so many people still in just such a bad situation there. So we don't want to forget that as, you know, the rest of the world keeps spinning. Make sure you send us an email at crew, CREW @asotu.com so we can help get as much attention and help to the areas that need it most.
All right, real quick, before we go to the next story, I have an interjectory story only because we were just talking about insurance. And this is like, I'm just going to throw this out there because I think it's insider knowledge that I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to have. But I have a buddy that works for Geico that said they no longer will be supporting Cybertruck as a vehicle that they will insure. So just
that
like
is so
a random
interesting
anecdote about insurance, because we were just talking about it. I have nowhere else to talk about it, but like they just like, nah, fam, we out on that business.
We don't know how to fix that thing. Who knows what it's going to cost? Like insurance,
Crazy.
just total. That's an interesting one.
Yeah,
you really don't hear that on a single vehicle, right?
It's wild.
Yeah. All right,
just thought I'd throw it out there.
Progressive Allstate.
Need somewhere to put it.
Swoop in for all that Cybertruck business. Speaking of swooping in for all that business, charging. Now you and I have been putting this concept into the universe for a very, very, very long time.
Speaking it out there.
Yep. IONNA is taking EV charging to the next level with the opening of its first, I like this, ReChargery. That just feels right. It's of course in Apex, North Carolina, offering ultra fast chargers and customer friendly amenities. Apex is like, you know, in the research triangle, they call it. IONNA is backed by 8 major automakers, including BMW, GM, Honda, Hyundai, Mercedes, Stellantis, and Toyota. And its first ReChargery will feature 10 fast chargers capable of 400 kilowatts, serving both CCS and NACS users. Not a bummer they had to build that other one in there, like just for a little legacy. The Apex site, once an old gas station, symbolizes the transition from fossil fuels to electric EV infrastructure. So you can have a lounge, Wi-Fi, food, coffee. We'll see how good the coffee is. Outdoor spaces, pet-friendly spaces, places for drivers to relax while they're charging. And they plan to build, get this, 30,000 fast EV chargers across the U.S. by the year. You know what it is. Your friend and mine. Do we still have it? Where is it? There she goes. There's Kendall. She was on the CBS morning show.
She was on CBS.
That's wild. This is the OG. This is the we knew her when sound right.
Look, 30,000 still won't serve everyone, but this is what I'm excited about, and this is what's cool. Like, if you hearken back to what Starbucks did to coffee and to the coffee meetup, right? Like, imagine that EV charging has a cultural implication to the way we engage with people, the way we meet up, the way we take a coffee break for 30 minutes to charge your car, right? Like,
it's something else.
I mean,
take a little time, take a minute for yourself.
Just take a minute.
In the middle of that road trip.
Maybe the charger forces you to slow down just a little bit. I don't know. I'm just thinking.
I don't. Hey, it seems like they're trying to give them a reason to slow down.
Right.
You know?
And I'm totally okay with it. Like, again, going back to every single person in retail should be considering that there's a subset of customers that will spend more time with you.
Yep.
Given the right reasons.
If the amenities are right, I bet you sell some EVs from this place. If the place is nice enough,
why not?
People will go there.
Option, little trade-in tool, little appraisal person sitting right there.
They'd have to fight over that one with all those manufacturers involved. I wonder if it's like Stellantis is in this mix, but Stellantis obviously having some issues right now.
Yeah,
I wonder what the meeting looks like.
And Stellantis is trying to get Renault to save them. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah, they're like, we'll talk. That's another story for another day. Speaking about another day, as in tomorrow
and savings.
Tomorrow and savings.
All right, October. Amazon's Prime Big Deal Days, right? because you know they got to have that like every other month.
Day. Yeah, well now it feels like it. Yeah,
introduces unexpected holiday sales items such as chainsaws.
Give me some.
As the company seeks to expand holiday shopping earlier, other retailers like Walmart and Lowe's are obviously joining in with October deals, offering steep discounts across various categories. The event is being seen as a strategic move to encourage Prime members to spend more and clear out less popular Prime Day items like camping gear, yard tools, and chainsaws. So from July. So a survey by Optimove Insights found that 67% of shoppers expect to feel overwhelmed by holiday marketing messages by November 1, especially with so many sales happening at once. Sky Canvas's Canavis retail analyst at eMarketer said there's a risk of holiday marketing fatigue. I feel like I'm already there, Paul.
I feel like I'm there too. We were just talking the other week about how when you went into Lowe's and Home Depot, like they didn't even pretend to wait. Like we're gonna let.
They're
Halloween
like, here's the abominable snowman.
No, it's like it's going out with the snow blowers and everything else that could potentially be grouped into the last 4 months of the year. They just put it all out. And you and I were talking about maybe trying to get ahead, like get those early retail dollars because there's a push. I didn't even realize Amazon was having another Prime Day right now. But you try to think about the competitive marketplace heating up, and you're like the early dollars are the most valuable ones because with the economic uncertainty and all that, like get people to spend the money as much as they can, give them your best shot now. But you know it, we're all in for it. Another 10 weeks of email inbox offers,
just obliteration.
Like, do I buy the thing now? I think the reality is there are very few deals, and consumers know this. There are very few deals that you have to wait for.
Yep,
because it's like a bloodbath. Right,
someone's always competing for that dollar on that product somewhere, right? That's the point.
Is it the same way with cars? Think about that for a second.
I think so. Yeah,
it feels like it.
And if you're willing to escape your like mile radius, right? Someone's always competing for that sale.
Yeah.
That's something to like consider as a retailer. Like your consumer is now willing to go outside the radius even more often because they recognize that everybody's always competing on the dollar for the sale. So
and people do it. People are more and more comfortable with shipping a car. Yeah, that makes sense. It's tough because we've talked to dealers who have been like, that's great, but I want a customer that I can service that will come back in the store. But if you're trying to flip inventory, move inventory, ring the cash register on the back end of the deal, I mean, it's a different game than it was 10 years ago.
Totally different game.
Oh my goodness. Well, look, it's not a different game today. It's the same game, right? You go out, you take care of the people, take care of your people, they take care of your customers, and that cycle keeps going around. Look, get something done today. We will see you here tomorrow.